तो अब चलते हैं अगले राउंड के ऊपर.
And now I get to deal. It was lovely hearing you. Can I?
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's call it the blind round.
Okay.
So the next round that they're playing is a blind round, जहां पर बिना पत्तों को देखे आप गेम में आगे बढ़ते हो, and you take your chances.
Okay.
So who do you think is gonna ride that stroke of luck? जो बिना देखे गेम जीत जाए.
बिना पत्ते देखे
बिना पत्तों
आगे बढ़ते हो.
Hmm.
When they're about to play, I feel extremely strong energies of Surya, sun.
Okay.
कोई लीडर ही जीतेगा. In the sense, everyone is a leader, but then कोई ऐसा जीतेगा जो सूर्य के क्वालिटीज को अपने पर्सनालिटी में भी कैरी करेगा. I think there's a very good chance of that person winning who considers everyone equal and wants everyone in the society to have equal opportunities. आपको देखना चाहिए कि कौन जीतेगा, but I think that person would be, carrying that personality and more interested because सूर्य की बात हो रही है, इसलिए एनर्जी में काफी इंटरेस्ट एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स भी हो सकता है.
मुझे शायद लगता है मैं जानता हूँ कि यहाँ पे किसकी बात हो रही है, बट लेट्स फाइंड दैट आउट.
Why don't we give her a set of headphones so she can understand what the game is all about? It's not just a blind game, but it is something that you will now figure out what I go through.
Oh, okay.
Here you go.
Sure.
It's going to be interesting now.
She wanted to know about you.
She wanted to know. You wanted to know more who's the real Roma. So now you're going to know who's the real Roma. The real Roma really realized for herself that this is the time she should take a break. She had a very good corporate career, but she wants to give back to society. And how does she give back to society? Do skilling, do women empowerment. I said, sabne ye sab kiya hai. What do I do differently? What's the challenge in this? Where is my purpose? What's the goal I'm trying to achieve? And then I said, disability. I should help disability. But disability, people are always feeling bad about it. I said, no, I want to celebrate disability. And sportsmanship is one of the best ways to celebrate. And that's how I got connected to the deaf team for the last 12 years. And today that team has grown. Today, I think everybody knows about deaf cricket. We have brought it from a subtext to a headline. And we speak the language of love. So I think that helped me communicate when everybody told me that how are you going to communicate? Yeah. And I think my emotions, today they stand tall. They don't feel they're disabled. They feel they're able.
I guess.
I think you can now.
What sir, you got some message? Did yours?
I did. I was struggling. I learned deny. And only to see that everybody was so engrossed, I wanted to feel what you were speaking. And then I was looking at everybody and I thought everybody that, what is very common between all of us is that compassion, the thread of compassion. And maybe you're talking about that. But yes, it can be so difficult.
For all of us, it was a language of love.
Let's celebrate this hand also.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go with that. Let's see who gets this.
Oh, इसमें तो बेड़ा पार करो. Blind ही है.
I think Roma.
You're right. Roma actually won this particular round and she's the chairman of Deaf Cricketers Association. And she's somebody who's got a lot of empathy and the way she speaks, she believes in giving people chances. So how did you know that bit? Sure. But I do know ये पहले production करती थी and इनको movie में offer वगैरह मिला था.
Oh, hello.
ये मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, आपको नहीं पता था इससे पहले.
My God, it has to be.
I think
It's appropriate that I
Come
talked
on,
about
yeah.
that.
Any round?
Wow, let's go with it.
Better luck next time. ये सुन के मैं घर से निकलती हूँ.
I have somebody sitting next to me, so let me try and see whether I can pick up her story.
My God. So ladies, it's a dream come true moment. Okay. Publisher and Rohaji reading.
You know, Jyoti, when I was reading your story, you said from ambush to dawn. And that really set me thinking. Let me just pick up a para which I think can really reflect a person that you are. Mentorship, paying it forward. For Jyoti, true success is not solely measured by personal achievements. Not having a godfather in the industry was tough, as most people had favorites or alumni connections. However, she went on to look for mentors and learned from them by observing their actions and reaching out for guidance. She firmly believes in the importance of giving back to the community. Mentorship has become a cornerstone of her philosophy, a way to guide others through the challenges she herself once faced. She says, I believe in creating a ripple effect of empowerment. You've been facing a lot of odds in life. What really gives you that momentum to continue doing what you're doing?
It is to do with my childhood, an army brat. What do you expect? Our schooling happens out of the school walls, but we are raised very cultured traditionally. We change our places, that we all know, but it does a lot to the person, and especially how you've been introduced to the change. So बचपन से ही कभी gender biases नहीं थे family में. Women were always respected, men always opened the doors. There was always a decorum, a discipline, and a recognition. If you're a child, you'll be still greeted with respect. Parents, they raised us equal. I was never compared. मैं कुछ कम हूँ अपने दो बड़े भाइयों से. अगर वो जिम जाते थे तो मैं भी जाती थी, but वो 2 किलो का डंबल नहीं उठा पाती तो वापस आ जाती थी. But रोका नहीं गया. बैडमिंटन खेलने पहुंच गई, सबने बोला जो मत जा. मैंने क्यों नहीं जाऊँ? पता चला बैडमिंटन का जो नेट था वो मेरी हाइट से बियॉन्ड था, तो मैं उसमें नीचे से निकल जाती थी. सो इट वॉज लाइक दैट, बट फिर भी मैं बैडमिंटन लेके पहुंच जाती. सो courage, I believe, was never told to us that you need to be courageous. You are courageous. Now, I was just born to settle for conflicts. I was born to kind of challenge the things and I don't know. I want to know
your definition of ambush.
Ambush actually was a real incident. So I was with my hero, and in every holidays, this way we were traveling from one post to the other. तो रात होने लगी और पापा को SOS कॉल आया कि कुछ हुआ है पोस्ट पे, आप अपना रूट चेंज कर लीजिए, यहाँ एम्ब्यूश हो गया है. अनाउंस हो रहा है कि साहब यहाँ पे ग्रेनेड्स फेंके जा रहे हैं, आप यहाँ पे आग लगा दी गई है, प्लीज आप दूसरा पोस्ट ले लो, यहाँ पे जब तक आर्मी आएगी. लाइक पापा के साथ है तो सेफ है, दैट वाज अ थिंग. सो पापा सेड कि बच्चों को तुम दूसरी गाड़ी में ले जाओ, बट दूसरी गाड़ी आने को टाइम था, तो हम पापा के साथ में, देयर वाज नो ऑप्शन बट टू कैरी अस, नॉट टू हाइड किड्स इन द जिप्सी. सो दैट वाज नॉट इजी बिकॉज दिख गए बच्चे. तो सबसे पहले तो कंबल हमको उठा के ना बच्चों के कंबलों में डाल दिया गया और ऐसे बोरी की तरह, बच्चे रहो तुम लोग, यहाँ पे निकलना हो यहाँ से. आप बोलते बेटा निकलेगा अभी, निकलेगा आप भी चाहिए. एक बड़ा फ्रिवलेस सी एक उलझन है, एक जिद है बच्चे की, जो बोल रहा है कि मुझे सूरज उगा दो, मुझे डर लग रहा है अभी रात से. तो पापा बोल रहे हैं पक्का निकालता, बिकॉज पापा सब कुछ कर सकते हैं, मेरे हीरो हैं. और वो सूरज निकला, प्रॉमिस से निकला, बट नेक्स्ट डे निकला. बट आई गेव द क्रेडिट कि वो जो रात गई है हमारी लंबी अम्बुश वाली, उस नेक्स्ट डे सूरज का क्रेडिट वाज गिवन टू माय डैड, प्रेजेंटेड. सो दैट वाज एम्बुश टू डॉन, बीइंग इन द रियल एम्बुश. And and next day waking up alive.
The papa decided to ambush us here and get us together. But actually all of us face such situations in different ways, and then you're just thrown into the water, and that's very important.
Lovely. I surrender this to you, ladies. You shall.
Want to put back?
No, I don't want to put back.
She doesn't want to miss out the part.
Yes.
Now you don't want to miss out all the fun.
Let's start with lip reading.
Okay, so I think I've done my bit, and now I'm going to start.
It's gonna be your round.
In fact, yes, you're right.
So next round जो होने वाला है, I'll tell you about that.
So how do we go about it?
So what are the rules?
The rule is very simple. So whosoever gets red is out.
Okay, so next round is AK-47. So in AK-47 what happens is that आप अपनी terms and conditions साथ साथ बताते जाते हो. So the next round that is happening is an elimination round. So whoever is the dealer, they can actually say कि आप कौन से cards पे out हो सकते हो. busted हो सकता है. So what do you think? किसके terms and conditions यहाँ पे चलेंगे?
Okay. So the dealer decides to set the rules and then decides, what will be the rules and conditions.
Yeah.
So पूरा power उस dealer के हाथ.
बिल्कुल.
So definitely it should then come to somebody who thrives in positions of power. Power, as far as astrology is concerned, power, शक्ति जो हम कहते हैं वो मंगल को attribute करते हैं. इसीलिए आप देखोगे तो मंगल की एनर्जी इस पर्सन में जो भी जीतेंगे उनको काफी हाई होनी चाहिए अगर ये राउंड जीतना है तो. सी इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ गेम आर यू प्लेइंग.
मेरे हिसाब से सर्वाइवर गेम है. जो भी आखिर तक गिरा.
Still at the root of it, because you get to dictate the rules,
Yeah.
right? So the power is still with you to some extent. So जिनकी मंगल की एनर्जी स्ट्रांग होगी, somebody who will be bindas, somebody who is like जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा आज जी लो, right? That kind of a person will be. I mean, that I'm talking about the personality of the individual.
Yeah. So let's see in the survival of the fittest, who's gonna win?
Oh, Roma, my dear. I'm the joker. Got me out on the first round. Not fair. I'm saying.
Oh my God.
3 people remain.
3 p. All right, let's see. So anyone who gets heart is also out.
You're just adding rules. What is not negotiable? Yes.
Oh, why?
What else?
So I've got a. All right.
I want salt.
Oh, author is out. So now it's between me and you.
Let's
more.
see.
One more.
Yes.
Oh, I'm out. Yo, winner is Jyoti.
Oh, no wonder यार. Jyoti has won the round.
Okay.
हाँ मतलब अब मुझे लग रहा है कि आप जो बोल रहे हो सही है. कि किसी भी सिचुएशन में डाल दो ये निकल आते हैं. कहीं पे बाढ़ आ जाए ये तैर लेंगे. अर्थ को जाए तो भाग लेंगे. Yeah, I mean, I read her chapter and the way she has crafted and carved her own path. It's quite amazing and inspirational for that matters. And no wonder, in this particular round, she won.
And an interesting thing is, I'll tell you, because I spoke about Mangal. Mangal represents police, army, and I think, if I'm not wrong, Jyoti, his parents are from the army background, if I'm not wrong.
Thank you. This was great. So I'm gonna be picking up one of the chapters. I loved reading Rajni's chapter, and I'm really itching to say that word, and I'm gonna say it. बहुत ही संस्कारी, So I'm picking up your chapter. This is a section where Rajni mentioned they would often remind her God gave us 24 hours in a day. So divide your time wisely and enjoy each moment. They emphasize that if you're constantly worrying about what hasn't been done, you will never fully live in the present. She fondly remembers, quoting, "Every morning begin with a simple ritual of saying thank you, acknowledging the gift of life and the opportunity to make each day meaningful." As I said, many such amazing paragraphs, but the beauty of having a gratitude. My question to you, Rajni, is you talk about power of intangibles. I would like to know the power of intentions that you have mentioned and tell us when it truly worked and also if it didn't work.
Over a period of time, I have just realized that power of intention works when you are asking for something which is good for you, absolute good for you, but no harm to others. And I strongly believe in that. And I strongly tell everybody, I try and tell everybody, keep asking. The universe is very generous. However much you ask, their hands are so big that it is always less what you get. So whatever we get definitely is magical. But this magic has to come into action, that how are you asking for magic and at what stage of your life this magic comes. I'll share a little incident with you. So the house we currently stay in, I would often pass by and I really wanted to pick up, when we moved to Mumbai, to move into that house, that particular area, because I just thought it was a little gated community for my father and mother specifically. At that point of time, there was a delay of 10 days in that property getting, ready, and we had to move. It was an urgency. So we moved to a building next, and later, maybe subconsciously, that was playing on my mind that, this is something which has not happened or may happen. At a later stage in life, suddenly out of nowhere, my spouse came and he said that, I intend buying a house there and we will move there. It's a little bigger space because I stay in a joint family. My in-laws are there and we need more space for them as well. The day I walked into that premise, I couldn't have thanked, seriously, everybody, all the energies that time, saying that, wow, this is what I was looking for. And they work negatively also. If you see, you must have read in the chapter, there was a time as a child when you don't realize what you're asking for. Yes. I really wanted to be there for a friend's birthday and I didn't want to go for this particular marriage. And I kept saying, well, I don't want to go. And as a child, I had a habit of writing notes to God and then probably, just putting it in Delhi, you have bigger houses. From the terrace, you would just fly that off and you would feel that, it has reached God. Yeah. So I was coming down after 2-3 days and I tripped. And I tripped so hard that I had a very, very bad sprain and I was given a bed rest for 2 weeks. While my whole house, my whole family was enjoying the wedding, I was back home with a caretaker. And see, this is what I asked for. But I couldn't, they are this way. So the power of intention already work. They always work. You just have to ask for all good, for all around, without harming anybody. And if you've written it right.
No, Rajni, yeah, right. I have realized this in my some of my projects. So yeah. So here sometimes I want that a particular client should come to me or this company I should work with. And if you really feel, if you really think every day, it get manifested. That it is, yes, that's a power.
You talk about no validation, not seeking any validation. What is the switch that one needs to have, especially for the listeners and young minds, that how they develop an attitude that doesn't seek any validation?
Actually, like confidence gets built in, you have to just build this in your whole ecosystem. The day you realize that you're good for yourself, you're good for your own self, you're comfortable with your own self, you don't need validation. You don't seek for any validation from whosoever it is. Because I've also come to terms with this, that, every relationship in life has a specific time and role to play. And everything will pass. So what will stay is me. And if I am happy the way I am, and I'm truly very happy the way I am, I feel that not seeking validation does not mean you're right always. A lot of people mistake that for that. So the more humble you are to understand that if it's your mistake, you're the first one to say sorry and move on. And this sorry should be that this is not becoming a habit. Saying sorry is also a very bad habit. That is also a way of passively seeking validation. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. So that also, and using them wisely and as generously for people, I think that settles all of us.
Wonderful. That is a very difficult proposition actually. That's a skill we all need to develop.
I still seek validations. Will be still in my mind, though, but it's there.
Is it?
Is it validation? It could be something else. You think it's validation.
Tell me, let's acknowledge one by one. Falguni, no?
Falguni. Needs to be seen and heard actually. Exactly. That's not a validation as such.
Actually, it's more of an emotional
comfort.
Which gives you a sense of space because it is important. I'm there, I can't be ignored. But once you realize that you're there, it doesn't matter if you're a FOMO.
Fear of security. Yeah, sense of security. You're a sensitive person, right? By nature, yes.
And we come to where we started, exactly. And you deal again.
We deal again. There are chances.
And this is maybe the last round.
Yes, it will be a last round.
So moving on to the next round and the last round.
So what are the rules now?
Well, first of all, last but not the least, let's see who's going to win this hand. And I think it will be best of 4. Right? Let's look at that.
Interesting.
Okay, so यहाँ पर अब तो कुछ 4 पत्तों का हो रहा है. So best of 3, 4 cards will be dealt, and the one who gets the best order in the 3, they're going to win.
Okay.
वैसे मैं बता दूं अब बचा एक ही इंसान है
एक ही
जीतने के हिसाब से
बट बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है. आई कैन सी 4 पत्ते बटेंगे, बेस्ट उसमें से 3 बेस्ट होने चाहिए. सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट क्वालिटी, चेकिंग, वैलिडेशन, करेक्टनेस, ये सब कुछ ओके शनिदेव के डिपार्टमेंट में आता है. सैटर्न ओके जिनका डोमिनेंट होगा दैट पर्सन वुड विन. So naturally, such a person would be somebody who is extremely close to these fields of audit, of checks, of risk mitigation. I mean, things like that. Maybe to a very large extent on implementing rules and regulations. ये उनका forte होगा. Okay, as I said, the nature of the game is also important for that particular person to come and win it. So, ये nature of the game itself and the energy itself that we are in, Saturnian है काफी. The person must have a strong Saturn to win this.
Okay, let's just find out who is winning.
So I'm not going to open the cards, but let's see. And this was a game my mother used to love. So I'm playing it in all.
Same, my mom used to be
Very
horrible.
Discard
What? Lidegi.
Discard one.
Family game होती थी यार मतलब.
So here you go.
Yes.
Have I given you all 4 or 3? Let me give you one more so that you can discard one and then use your imagination.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where you get the opportunity to use your imagination.
Understand. Peter, stop it. Imagine done. Thank God the rule doesn't apply here. Non-negotiation.
So let's show.
Yes, let's have that. And shows and show the card you rejected, and I think so nothing much for me. What about you?
Nothing much for me, like a worry or anything.
Somebody's keeping very quiet, so looks like we're the winner. Wow! The ace.
Yes.
The ace lady wins.
Oh, it seems you're right. It's amazing. मतलब मुझे actually अब आपके बारे में ज़्यादा जानना है because you've got a like 5 on 5. But you're right, Shilpi is in that space. She is a tough negotiator and she's also in the legal space. So no wonder she won. But how did you actually know? Like, I am more interested in understanding. Very nice. I think it's been a very interesting session for me. Even though I'm not on the table, I feel very happy that I'm here. तो ये तो कमाल हो गया यार. आज मुझे लग रहा है विक्रम और बेताल साथ में बैठे हैं. मतलब विक्रम आप और बेताल में, क्योंकि प्रश्न मैं पूछ रहा हूँ. But it was very interesting to have you, Mr. Satish, and I'm pleased to have you on the show. बस मैं आपको अपनी भी कुंडली दिखाना चाहता था, तो अगर आप देख लें.
एक और बार हाथ मिला लेते हैं. Thank you for having me here. I think I'm getting late.
अरे समय तो देख के जाया जाता ना. आप कह रहे हो कि मेरा समय खराब हो गया. आप तो
मेरा समय अच्छा है. मैं जाया जाता हूँ.
तो it seems मेरी कुंडली तो अभी नहीं देखी जा रही. But let's get back to the game. कुंडली हम बाद में देखते हैं.
Nice, Chavan. My chance. Your gifts. Let me pick up the story. Oh, wow. I'll go with the author herself. Thank you. So, Falguni, I read your story. It's really inspiring. And thank you once again, including our inspiring stories in your book, covering so beautifully. So, I love the quote actually. So, technology is not just a career, it's a way of thinking, a mindset of continuous learning, and a platform of making an impact. That's excellent. Thank you. So, I just ask you the question, like, which story or section you have deleted out? I'm sure you must have received so many inspiring stories more, and why you opted 32 of us to be included in this book.
In fact, you got 50 stories.
Yeah.
How could you do that? That's the toughest choice any author can have. How did you
How did you filter it out?
So, actually, I wanted women from all different professional careers to be included. So, it was not, because I was a technologist, I write only about the CIOs and the CTOs.
Right.
So, I wanted somebody like a company secretary, an independent director, media personnel. So, she being coming from HR. So, everybody has their own fields and very specific professional fields which they've excelled in their lives. So, I wanted to cover women from different professional walks of life. They have done differently from each other, but there's a common thread which is going through. So during the journey, everybody started sharing their stories. So I sent you out all a simple questionnaire, and then I started having calls. I started understanding their stories. A lot of people shared a lot of things which I couldn't cover in the book, but it was something that I had to create that space for them where you guys could give me the stories, but I shouldn't cross the line
Exactly.
by saying something which would make them vulnerable in because it's something which is there as a printed media. It always remains. I've always remained that books are the things which always remain. Content will go off, but books will remain. So I had to be very careful about it. But yeah, I hope I have done justice in doing it. But
Absolutely. Each story is excellent to read. Okay. I'll read one, a para from your story, which is IT consultant driving technology for business success. So I think it's a very apt topic nowadays for even the corporate world. So currently I work with as a freelance IT consultant, partnering with businesses to shape and execute their technology strategies. My role encompasses a broad spectrum ranging from developing IT strategies and reviewing existing setups to serving as fractional CTO for companies requiring senior technology leadership. I specialize in delivering business critical projects, helping organizations define product roadmaps and ensuring seamless project execution. So I also work closely with startups, guiding them in translating their ideas into robust, this is excellent work you are doing, scalable technology solution. Additionally, I assist companies in navigating technology, migrations, and adopting emerging technologies like AI, ML, and IoT to stay competitive in today's fast-evolving digital landscape. My goal is to collaborate with businesses of all sizes to solve complex challenges, unlock opportunities through innovation, and ensure technology become a true enabler of growth and success. Excellent services you are providing. So, have you ever faced incident of hacking or cyber bullied? Do you feel that kids should be protected from this kind of crimes?
Yeah, technology is a very interesting field. It gives you a lot of things in hand. So earlier, now this mobile today gives you everything at your fingertips.
Right.
At the same time, it comes with its own flaws as well. It has its own reasons that even if you look at it, Steve Jobs never gave mobile to his kids. It was very clear that these are the things I'll never give it to my kids. So the more you share out on LinkedIn or any kind of social platform, you are thinking that I'm taking over, everybody's looking at me, I'm reaching out to a lot of people. But there are other things like hacking happens, a deep fake happens. There are people who call up who will sound like your parents, and they will say, oh, I'm under this stress. Can you kind of give me money, or can you do something for us? So those kind of incidents have increased and are going to increase with AI coming in, which is covering in a lot of her podcast as well. The AI is going to be, while it's a boon,
Reality.
it's a thing that you cannot go away, but there are a lot of risks like a deep fake. Somebody whom you're not there gets created and the entire scenario changes for you. So scary. That is really scary, but you can't go away not giving kids a mobile phone as well. The only thing that we can tell them is do's and don'ts. So right now, it's more about training them or teaching them, saying that don't do this. But yeah, that's the only way that you can take care of your kids.
And cyber developing the resilience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Explaining them that there are these things that you need.
Safety, yes.
Yeah.
They should know the rules, and they should know their digital boundaries, privacy awareness. And now even the government, I think you must be knowing about this DPP Act. They have come out with the rules also. So it need to be a reality now.
I think that's the only way that we can protect our kids is still.
Spoken about it more, and then not shying away by talking to the younger ones. That is the only solution.
And kids can't stay away from mobiles. And we ourselves cannot survive without mobiles.
It's a present day reality. You cannot ignore that, because even the half of the projects are online, how far you can stop them. Just, educate them. You can create awareness actually.
Even the schools are asking to bring laptops.
Yes.
And they're giving that access.
Mobile laptops are
And the merit demerits both.
right.
It's on you.
Calculator, all work that you could do. Use a calculator when you're doing
Exactly.
an exam, and a slide rule for an engineer, which they were not allowed earlier.
Right.
We really.
Cyberbullying is something which is very common. You see, I talk to my daughter a lot, but you see that change in the face. The moment they don't get likes on Instagrams or they see something happening around, they pick up news also from social media. They pick up everything what is there on social media is truth for them. Over there itself, they seek appreciation. They are also bullied on the same platform. And that is where it's a change of discretion actually nowadays. And I was reading the report. China has banned the influencer from posting anything, about them on Instagram.
How do you create that project in which you also, kind of you bring these safety nets into it? Do you all have a framework for that, or how do you do that?
There is always a framework that we initially, so security shouldn't be the last thing, it should be the first thing when you start the project. Normally people do is they create the project and then they look at, oh, now how can I secure myself? I said, when you start developing it, keep all those parameters in mind. So when the startup happens, everybody's enthusiastic, oh, let's create everything and we'll go into the market. But they miss out that thing, and later on, like in like the last month when they go out for funding or they want to show their product, it gets hacked in like the second or the third day, and then people like, oh, we didn't take care of. So when I work with them, I tell them, okay, security cannot be the last thing, it should be the first thing.
Do you know you were the apt person to do this book because you just kept all our safe secrets.
Yeah, safety nets.
This is a human safety net. Digital safety net.
Nothing can go wrong.
And even now, it's a major board agenda actually. Technological updations.
Yeah, absolutely. But great, I think all of us spent a lot of time with Kader and actually made friends. We were first.
That's what I mean.
A story in a book. Yeah, now we no longer are a story.
And of course, I think we were all wondering to ask you next book.
Yes, next book.
Next book.
Good question.
Let this book take its own limelight to begin with. I'll think over it. Let's.
It's a tough job.
एक ad ऐसा याद है, एक डव का बिलबोर्ड्स में आता था जिसमें एक बिलबोर्ड्स में बहुत सारी विमेन की पिक्चर्स होती थी, तो मुझे लगता था इतने सारे लोगों को चांस मिलेगा, इसमें तो मेरा आ सकता है.
कई चीजें ऐसी हैं जिसके बिना आप आगे बढ़ नहीं सकते. वो मोस्टली सब कहानियों में देखने को मिल रही है. Yeah.
If you look at the success mantra,
Success mantra, right?
courage, resilience,
Yes.
fighting barriers, and whatever happens, they want to kind of.
In fact, thanks for reminding me. There was a very powerful message in your book, Purse Power.
It was not about financial control or money, It is something, where you have that freedom to make your own choices. Have your freedom, to support for the causes what you like, what Roma is doing. You have a freedom, to mentor people so that they can excel in life.
Correct.
So that is what the purse power is having, to walk in the boardroom with full authority and, to live your life with purpose. Ultimately, it's a freedom to make your life decisions.
Is being very true to our values, whatever values we hold. What is distinct yet is the journey. So I would have started from point A, somebody started from point B and point C. So the good thing is there is no winner, everybody is a winner.
So I remember a very filmy word, Ziddi hu main, I will not rest till I make it. So I think most of the stories I've seen it, whatever they have done in the profession or personal life, they have excelled. And what she already, mentioned, that it's always believe in yourself and obviously courage. Without courage, nothing.
I think each of us had a story to tell. I'm not calling it distinct, but I'm calling it an assimilation of each one's vulnerability coming together and talking about it from the depth of your heart. Not many people have succeeded in getting that out from you. This book is so special that each one has actually spelt it out. That what is it that we faced? How did we face it? But yes, there is a common thread. As she also said, courage. Somebody said resilience. I think we all learned patience to see life differently.
I think it's an institution for women.
The science behind it. The science of how you were able to find out that who is going to win this particular one, because all of them are so powerful in themselves, yet distinct the way you defined it. So how were you able to pick it out?
See, each one here is a Shakti. Each one here is an energy. And energy can have so many different dimensions. If we look into our own bodies, we are all nothing but made up of variety of energy centers. We call them popularly as chakras.
Yeah.
Right from the Muladhara chakra till the top, that is your Sahasrara chakra. Right. Everything from the basic, the gross, to the subtle, to the sukshma, is all covered within us in energy form within these chakras.
Okay.
Each of us, including now these ladies too, the Sheroes too, okay, exhibit a certain dimension of energy. In some cases, one chakra is more dominant than the other. And what happens is you only attract certain thing when it resonates with the same energy. You know, हम स्कूल में नहीं सीखते थे ट्यूनिंग फॉर्क लेके, you know, फिजिक्स के क्लास में नहीं जाते थे, तब we hear or a term called as resonance.
Yeah. The vibration that you have is the one that you attract.
Absolutely. So when you say that this is the kind of game that they're about to play, for example, you know, best out of 4, or the blind game, or the one where it was Muflis, right? Each of them depicts a certain energy. And if that is the energy of the game, naturally the person who holds that energy highest, you know, within themselves must win that particular round. So सीधा science है, okay, कोई guesswork नहीं है, but it's serious science, and you just need to know where to connect it and apply it.